5 minute
call. This is your 5-minute call with Cessalee Stovall.
Hey, what's up, you guys? This is your 5-minute call with Cessalee Stovall. Today we have on the line Katie Boeck, and her top 5 are as follows. Number 1, she is originally from San Luis Obispo, California. Number 2, she went to UCLA for college, and she majored in musical theater. Number 3, she is making her Broadway debut in Spring Awakening, where you can see her 8 times a week as the voice of Wendla. Number 4, you may have heard her before. Her acoustic version of Ave Maria came straight into your living rooms on a pivotal scene in Newsroom. And number 5, she actually traveled India as the lead singer of a female pop group. Pretty awesome. Welcome, Katie. How's it going?
It's going great. It's going great. How are you?
I'm great. So question 1 for you is, tell us a little bit about your journey from high school to college to where you are now.
I went to a regular public high school, Pummel High School. It was a new school that was actually built the first year that I went, so we had the unique opportunity to kind of build the drama program there. And I was so lucky I had an amazing drama teacher, a woman named Robin Metchek, and we had so much talent in our class, and we did these amazing musicals. And then I auditioned to get into UCLA. I got in. It was a school I really wanted to go to. And after graduating, I kind of shifted and did a little bit of music because I like to write songs too. And I guess 4 years after graduating from college, I landed this role in Spring Awakening. And so that's where we are now.
So what for you was the moment when you decided this was definitely what you wanted to do for your career?
I always loved doing theater as a kid. I would get involved in community theater. But I think doing Les Mis in high school, we did a production of Les Mis that was, it was just a really special production. We kind of rallied the whole community, and I played Eponine, and I just remember thinking on stage, like, I could do this. This is just, there's no other feeling like performing live theater. And that was when I really was like, okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and audition for a few programs and see what happens. And yeah, it worked out.
So what's the most memorable moment you've had either on stage or off stage throughout your career?
Opening night of Spring Awakening was just unreal. It was just the most incredible experience. I didn't know what to expect, but we had a full theater, and just that moment of like living out a dream, and experiencing that really happening, and just feeling the gratitude and excitement of that. Yeah, that's probably my most memorable moment.
That's a good moment to choose for sure. Now, question 4 for you comes from our Twitter followers. And like we mentioned before, you were featured in Newsroom for your rendition of Ave Maria. Tell us a little bit about how that came to pass and how you ended up in millions of TV viewers' homes.
It was really an amazing story. A friend of mine, I'm good friends with Nicolette Robinson and Leslie Odom Jr., who you may know from The Affair, Invisible Thread, and also Hamilton. He had worked with the director of that episode, Anthony Hamilton. And anyway, he reached out to Leslie like, hey, do you know anybody who, an opera singer basically was who he was looking for, who can sing Ave Maria for an episode? And Leslie gave him my name and was like, she doesn't, she's not necessarily an opera singer, but, you should call her. And so anyway, I quickly, looked up versions of Ave Maria online because I've heard the song, but I've never actually performed it or worked out an arrangement of it. And I ended up stumbling across a version by Joan Baez in German. And I just transcribed it on the guitar. I just had an iPhone recording of it, and I sent it to the director, and he was like, oh my gosh, I love it. It's so awesome. Not what we were expecting, but I'm going to send it to Aaron Sorkin and see what he thinks. And Aaron Sorkin was like, I love it. Let's go for it. Then they were like, can you learn it in Latin? So then I had to do the same song, but I had to learn it in Latin. And then I went and recorded it with a guy named Jeff Beal. And then that was it. I didn't see it until it was on the Newsroom in the episode. So that was kind of just an awesome experience. And, I have Leslie to thank for that. So
that is such a great story. Well, thank you, Leslie. And anytime you want to be on 5-minute call, we're welcome to it.
Yeah.
And the last question for you is, if you could go back in time and give your 15-year-old self one piece of advice, what would it be?
My art has grown so much as I've evolved, and some of the challenges that I faced, in my early 20s, that was all part of me growing as an artist. And I don't think that I would have been who I am had I just had it happen for me, before it was meant to. And so, and my advice is to just trust in that and know that you're always growing and that your path is yours and yours alone, and not to get too caught up in looking at the people that are around you that are, good things are happening to, because that's a good thing. I feel like the closer you are to people that, good things are happening to, that means that it's just more possible for you, and the right things will come along for you.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your awesome stories and joining us on 5 Minute Call. And we do have news for all of our viewers to share. Katie is actually joining us back on our super awesome season finale. So stay tuned. In a few weeks, you will see her answer every single question you guys asked on Twitter. And there were a lot. So we will see you guys very soon. Katie, thank you so much for joining us today, and have a great afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Go, go.